Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to ask the question, how important is steal rating in NBA 2K21? So some of you may have either made your build and you're curious as to if you did well by not upgrading it or if you did wrong by not upgrading it. Or you haven't made your build and you're curious as to how this function of the attribute rating actually works. So we're here to talk about it in today's video. I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try these 1 to 1K likes in the first 24 hours. And in this gameplay, we're going to show only defense. So we're going to cut to just that. So my build, as will pop on the screen right here for you guys to see, has 84 steal rating, gold pickpocket. I get Hall of Fame when I hit 99 overall. I don't know why that's so specific, but anyway. First defensive sequence you're going to see, I'm going to come out here. Typically, this is my style on defense. This is my strategy. I'll go ahead and pause it for you guys. I like to play the offhand right here, so you can see the ball's in his left hand. Typically, I'm going to stay on his right side, even if it means away from my help defender. Sometimes I would like for that situation to be where I'm on his left side, where I could lead him toward my help defender, but either way, you get the deal. Sometimes this even works out a little bit better, because then if he beats me to the left, I know I can pass him off to my teammate Kitchen, and then I'm a little bit closer to the corner, so it is what it is either way. Anyway, my whole point is, this right here is great positioning for exactly what's to come right here, and boom, he curry slides right into me. I get the poke. That right there is just sequence of good positioning, good defense. You don't need good steal rating for that, I don't believe, and you don't need pickpocket. I feel like that's just something that will happen no matter who you are or anything. However, on this possession, you're going to see pickpocket and steal rating 100% show their true value. You're going to see he gets the ball, and just like that, he's going to come out here and dribble. These pluck animations, where I'm just going to go ahead and get the steal animation where I'm poking the ball loose. That right there is 100% steal rating, pickpocket related. You guys know the deal. So the true answer to your question of whether or not steal rating or pickpocket is worth it, and obviously pickpocket comes with having high steal rating because you don't even unlock it until you have about, I think, 62 or maybe even like 70 to get the pickpocket. So what this all comes down to at the end of the day, the answer to the question, how important is steal rating in NBA 2K21 Next Gen? If you want to be an elite on-ball defender where you're making game-changing plays, being aggressive on defense like this, where you're getting the steal, leading the transition, dunk on this dude's head just out of nowhere, the answer to the question is yes, steal rating is super important in my opinion. I don't see dudes with 25 steal just getting that consistently. Now you will see occasionally, you'll see them every now and then, where the dude with 25 steal and no pickpocket gets a steal and he's like, oh, look at me. This is why I didn't upgrade steal. I can get it without it. Well, that's after like 15 reach-ins and like all types of failed attempts at getting the plucks later. All I can say is, I feel like if you want to be an elite on-ball defender where you're getting the plucks like that and you're making game-changing plays, 3 steals a game, forcing 4 turnovers on the point guard, you do 100% need steal rating and pickpocket when it comes to that. So now let's talk about passing lanes. So this is going to be our opponent making the plays on defense in this situation, and I like to do the exact same thing. I might even show you guys a couple clips from what I do. Shout out to grinding in the background. And then also the pregame intros are kind of weird. So this is me and Kitchen right here, me and my teammate, as far as our players go, but this is not our player cards. So the Boomin' Lolo dude is the person who you want to keep in mind as far as the passing lanes that are being played in this, and you can see ICJ 94 overalls who we're playing against as well. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let this play out because the very first play on defense, this dude made an absolutely insane play. And I gotta say again, I do kind of the same thing. I like to bait the exact same way he did as well, where I kind of move in and then go out to try and play the passing lane. You're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about in just a second here. So I have Hall of Fame bullet passer. I have like needle threader on bronze, even at that. Boom. This guy just baited me 100%, and I do the exact same thing. I got to show him some love. That is a nice play right there. You can see he takes up some BS though. So I got to say, this guy was an insane lockdown defender. I looked at his ratings afterwards, as you'll see in the video as well, and he ended up having 95 steal and silver interceptor. I don't run interceptor, but I do get some really nice passing lanes along the way as well. So I will say, I don't think you need the badge too heavily. I actually feel like I was playing better passing lanes without it, but that is not evident with this guy right here. And honestly, I do feel like steal rating itself can make up for that. And then you're going to see I'm on ball defense right here. Boom, pluck. Now, I got to say, for anybody who's played current gen, obviously you guys know it doesn't exactly function like this 24/7. Like, you don't just constantly get on ball pokes. You don't constantly get passing lanes and stuff like that. But this is a great example of how players with high steal rating and the badges correlated to it, where I have pickpocket getting the on-ball steals and this guy right here getting the passing lanes all game with the 95 steal rating as well. It definitely can make its impact. Do you need it? No, I don't think you exactly need steal rating, to be completely honest with you, because Kitchen doesn't have it. And again, you can see he's playing the patient conservative defense, whereas I like to get a little more aggressive. I do a lot more attacking when it comes to passing lanes, on-ball defense with the steals and stuff like that. Again, I do eventually get Hall of Fame pickpocket, but I gotta hit 99 overall first, which might actually take a little bit of a grind. And then check this out. This dude ends up switching on to me in this situation because he just appears to be the lockdown defender in this case. Boom. on ball plucks me. Now granted, I only have bronze unpluckable. I only have like say 76 ball control as well, so just keep that in mind. I'm not exactly the most elite ball handler, especially when it comes to protecting the ball. Obviously I can move a little bit, but as far as my ball handling rating, it's not very high. Look at me throwing Stevies out here, man. 3 turnovers in the game. Anyway, one thing I do want to mention with this playstyle of the being super aggressive on defense, going for all the steals, it leads to fouls as well. So you're going to see in this exact situation right here, boom, this dude's going to get super aggressive on defense. And obviously nobody likes this guy who's just, boom, spamming. Like, you guys know how this sounds right here. Now, I don't do the same thing, honestly. I get some messages talking about like, oh, spam X, you're toxic, like blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Joke's on them. I don't even use X to go for steals in the first place. I use the right stick. And then on top of that, literally, I just swipe once every single time I ever go for a steal. You'll never catch me spamming on ball or anything like that. You can see, now this is toxic. Me and Kitchen were out here testing some different stuff. I'm not going to lie. We don't need to be talking about this too much. So one thing I want to talk about that's not related to steal rating, pickpocket, interceptor, but is still very relevant in this conversation is point guard builds. So for all the PGs who ended up going with low pass accuracy, thinking it doesn't matter, I'm going to ISO, who cares? Well, this is why it does matter. So for the defensive fiends like me and this guy right here, again, we're getting super aggressive on defense. He hits me with the fake pass right here. I go for the lane, and honestly, like you can see, it completely killed me. Now, how does this guy get the ball right here and not be able to shoot? You ask that. Well, slow pass, no bullet pass, anything on that or anything like that. So you can see he's sagging off on me. I go ahead and just end the game anyway. But I'm going to fast forward to the point where I was viewing his steal. So I literally just hopped off to see this because I was very curious. I wanted to cure my own curiosity, and I knew you guys would be very interested in seeing this as well. So again, I'm going to hop off the court. We're going to go ahead and view his badges, view his ratings. So you're going to see we're looking at Boom and Lolo right here. I'm going to go ahead and view the 2K card. You can see he's got 95 perimeter D, 95 steal, 25 inter D like every other good lockdown. He has Hall of Fame clamps, but he only has silver interceptor and silver pickpocket. However, with all that said, that's not too far off what I'm running. I have gold pickpocket and no interceptor, so the amount of level he's putting into his steal ratings when it comes to the badges essentially is still pretty on par with what I have. And on top of that too, you could make the case that running badges like Heart Crusher, Rim Protector, stuff like that would also be effective. You know, Hot Stopper or anything like that as well. The thing is, a couple of those badges aren't really too effective, where if you make defensive plays, it doesn't hurt your opponents like Heart Crusher did in current gen, and then Hot Stopper is not really the most interesting thing as far as how far it boosts your takeover, and it's honestly a little bit tough to make defensive plays just on the fly and just on demand, if you will. So for the example that I'm going to use in the My Player Builder, I'm going to go ahead and use the 6'7" power forward because obviously the best build in the game. It's what a lot of you probably have. So let's just talk about that. So at 61 steal, you have neither pickpocket or interceptor. At 62, you get interceptor on gold, but you got to go up to 69, obviously, to get pickpocket. So let's talk about this. I feel like 69 steal could be a good spot to where it will give you the ability to get the plucks, and then anything past that I don't really think is necessary because I feel like the plucks are the only thing you're really getting from the steal rating. Now, is something of 69 steal rating way worse than say a 90 or a 95 steal rating? Yes, obviously, but I do think you can still be effective in that sense when it comes to on-ball defense. Gold pickpocket is probably all you need to be effective with that. But if you want to be elite, honestly, I would say to get around this level that I'm at, I have 84 on my steal rating and then at 99, so that's why I have to get it to 99 to get the 88 steal rating and then Hall of Fame pickpocket. But I will say, I can imagine that Hall of Fame pickpocket is going to be super effective and that 99 steal rating could be super effective as well. So with all that said, the title of the video, how important is steal rating in NBA 2K21 Next Gen? I feel like what it all comes down to is how aggressive you want to be on ball defense. And I will say that is a very nice thing to be able to do in this game, is to be aggressive on defense, because I gotta say, getting stops by just not doing anything as far as trying to get steals or blocks or, you know, bait people into chase downs or interceptions or anything like that, honestly, it can be taxing on your brain. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, to play straight up defense for 24 seconds in this game just to give up a BS offensive rebound that goes flying who knows where and then have to do it all over again just to get dunked on after that, or to get green in your face by like a 60% contest. Honestly, man, it is frustrating. So to be able to have things that can make plays on defense, like the steal rating, pickpocket, chase down artist, rim protector, interceptor, whatever it may be, it is a very nice thing to have. So I think steal and block rating are super important. I do think as well perimeter defense rating is super important, because as you can see, the contesting in this game is beyond ridiculous. Now, is that me going on a limb and just saying that it's because of the 95 perimeter D that everybody has? Most likely, but I don't really know what the answer to that question is, because if you could get away with 25 perimeter defense and still get 50% contests in people's face, then that's a different story. Perimeter defense becomes very ineffective as well. But I'm not going to be the guy to tell you to do that, because that is very dangerous in this game. I feel like dudes are going to be greening in your face all day, left and right, if you don't have it. And then you deal with this problem if you're looking at just this player, where you have the low physicals. I don't even have acceleration touched up yet. I don't have stamina anywhere near improved. So it all comes down to, are other ratings more important to you? You have things like free throw, which literally serve you no purpose in game unless you're somebody who's going to play pro-am, yet obviously it gives you shooting badges. Obviously, a lot of people who are playing this game don't want to rock out with 13 badges. They'd rather have 23, but it's up to you to decide. Honestly, you can see, I mean, that's literally 5 overall ratings right there. And then, like I said earlier in the video, do not sleep on pass accuracy, man. Like, to not have that Hall of Fame bullet passer definitely hurts. The lower your pass accuracy, the slower your passes go in general. And then obviously you lose out on things like dimer as well, bailout. Now, I'm not gonna lie, bailout, not the most important thing but for the people who are coming out here with like 66 pass accuracy, 18 playmaking badges, or even less than that. Like, I've seen people who are literally like doing something like this. That's just ridiculous, man. Like, you don't have any bullet passer, you have 50 pass accuracy, and you're trying to ISO. That's not happening, bro. Like, people like me are just gonna straight sag off your teammate. You're gonna throw a super slow pass. I'm gonna get a contest if your teammate shoots it, and even if he doesn't, then the ball is in his hands, not yours. And just like that, you have to work it back to your guy. And then if I have steal rating on both my teammates, whether it be me and my teammate, then just like that, you're making a lot of unnecessary passes that are being made, when if you just had pass accuracy in general, that dude would have been wide open to shoot the 3. So again, there's a lot of decisions to be made in this My Player Builder stuff. Personally, that's why I don't like the power forward myself. Now, a lot of people obviously do. Myself though, as far as the build that I use, I like the small forward. I'll go ahead and show you guys what I have for anybody who's new to the channel. Now, if you're somebody who wants to be more all around with this stuff, or more lockdown oriented slasher, if you will, this is the build for you right here. So you got 21 finishing, 27 defense, well rounded in all the senses of the defense except for interior defense. But you guys have seen the videos, you've seen probably Joe's video as well. Interior defense, I feel like it doesn't matter in this game, to be completely honest with you. If you have your own opinion on that, go ahead and feel how you feel. Look, this is all I'm gonna say though. Like, we've been over this like 15 times. I don't gotta talk about it anymore. But anyway, the struggle of this build: 6 shooting badges. I would prefer 9 if I could, or maybe even 12, just to have other essentials like deep threes. Instead, I have silver catch and shoot, bronze deep threes, and then gold hot zone hunter. And then for things like playmaking, I love the fact that I have 92 pass accuracy, Hall of Fame bullet passer, Hall of Fame dimer, floor general for my teammates and stuff like that. It's major. And then you can still have good physicals as far as the speed, excel, strength, vert, all types of stuff like that. 6'8", great versatile defender. Now, the one thing about this, you don't get Hall of Fame clamps, but with the 84 steal rating, you guys are seeing what I'm doing anyway. I'm loving defense in this game. Honestly, if there's people out there that have 94 interior defense and you're still getting boomed on, I feel bad for you, because I'm not even getting dunked on like that in this game. And I got 25 interior D. I feel like it might be strength related. That could be a thing. That's just me. Maybe even vertical. I saw 2K Labs was talking about that as well. And then NBA 2K2's my boy as well. But anyway, that's off the video. I know we got off on a just random tangent right here. I'm just go ahead and wrap this one up. But anyway, that's all for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this 1 to 1K likes in the first 24 hours. And if you made it to the end of the video, put pickpocket in the comments to show your support made all the way through. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.